Welcome back, everyone. This is Right Man in the Wrong Place. My name is Luke Tatum. I react to music. Today, we're going to get into some video game tracks once again. I just finished my first playthrough of the game Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is a Wii U game. The Wii U, of course, was not a very popular system, was kind of a catastrophe for Nintendo. So some games came out for the system, but a lot of people, including myself, never owned a Wii U, never played any of those games, even though some of them were quite good. So, via the magic of the modern era, I have gone back and played Xenoblade Chronicles X, and overall, very, very fun. I like to post reviews of games. I did that on like my Facebook page and what have you, but not the best game in the world, but certainly ahead of its time when it came to being open world and all of that. Not to say there weren't other open world games, but this game is huge. It's a huge game. So I really enjoyed my time with it. The music is generally speaking for the franchise, the Xenoblade franchise, it has been done by um, Yasunori Mitsuda, and Mitsuda actually did not do the music for X. X is kind of the redheaded stepchild, so to speak, of the franchise. So the composer here is Hiroyuki Sawano. Very different from the mainline games, and I enjoyed it. It's different, but it's also good. So, I just want to kind of commemorate and share with y'all a song from the game since I finished it up. I'm going to use this to kind of chronicle my gaming as well, since, hey, I like to play games that have good soundtracks. That's one of the main reasons I play games, narrative and soundtrack. So, without further ado, let's get into it. This is called Theme X. It's just the title screen music for Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U, and that came out in 2015. Let's go. Most of the game I played on speakers, and I don't think I sat through the entire menu screen, so this will be really cool. I love how it's got this grand scope even in the first few seconds here. We're 39 seconds in, and you can sort of feel how epic, grand this song is and how this game is. This song does a really good job of setting up for the experience that you're going to have in the game. I mean, you can see in the what is basically the title screen menu where it says Blade X and has the Japanese characters there. You've got three characters kind of standing on this cliff. One of them is your main character, which you can customize, so they may or may not look that way. And then you've got the first two party members that you get, and you've got this huge mech. In the game, they're called skells, but it might as well say Gundam. I mean, that's what it is, right? Giant mech, and they're overlooking this city, which appears to be in a very strange environment. And yeah, I just think the music, there's a lot of cool instrumentation here. It really opens up. It's got this sense of being a wide open space, and it's got this optimism and this kind of like we're going to get through it no matter what kind of energy and all that, even just here in the first few seconds. I just think it's really cool. little bit like Ace Combat music, somewhat. It's very emotive strings, kind of this sweeping sense of majesty. Really cool percussion work here. Okay, so right here, this little very synth-heavy section that we've entered now, I mean, this is just straight off of the Deus Ex original soundtrack, the first Deus Ex game, year 2000 Deus Ex, not Human Revolution or any of those. Alexander Brandon is a composer. There's two composers. Alexander Brandon, I forget the other guy. They each did some of the soundtrack. There's actually a remix album of that they came back to the original material and did some reimagining, and that would be really fun to do reactions to, making a mental note for later. But if you've never heard the soundtrack to Deus Ex 1, not only is that the best game ever, but also the soundtrack is just awesome. It's got a unique vibe, and when something sounds like it, that's where my brain goes, Super cool. So let's catch that again, because that's just great. Yeah, I mean, if you've played Deus Ex, it's like UNATCO, some of the, maybe even Paris exploration. Those bongos again. Back to the kind of motif melody here. It's such a delicate melody for the tone of the game. Drum set, right? I love it. Just love it. of like cool contrasty things going on with the hard rock guitar on the left, the kind of more gentle notes on the right. That might have been the end. Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. So I don't know. Like, I have such mixed feelings. I'm not going to turn this into a review of Xenoblade X, but such such an interesting space that it occupies because like Xenoblade Chronicles was kind of a sleeper hit and a lot of people realized how amazing that game was. Then the Wii U comes out and they do Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I think it would have been a very well-known, very highly played game if the console had done well, but it wasn't because, nobody bought it. And then the Switch came out and Xenoblade really started to see this resurgence because Xenoblade Chronicles 2 did really well. And then characters from that became, they got into Super Smash Brothers. And, then Shulk from Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition came into Super Smash Brothers. And so, like, there's this surge of interest, but X was kind of left out in the cold. And now there's Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And so, like, the main line games, the main trilogy has kind of resolved, at least for now. But X is still kind of hanging out on the Wii U. And, it has like online features in the game that you can't even access because, nobody's playing on the Wii U. There's no like servers for any of this stuff. And because the game has occupied this kind of like unknown hit kind of space, a lot of people are saying like Xenoblade Chronicles X is their favorite Xenoblade game. And it's like the best game in the Xeno franchise, even among the Xenosaga and Xenogears on the PlayStation. And like, I just don't see it. Like, it's great. X has a lot of stuff in common with Xenogears that's really cool. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff there. But it's like a 7 or 8 out of 10. Like, it's good, but it's not it's got problems too. The way the audio is mixed in game. I mean, it sounds way better here listening to the isolated song than it does actually playing on the console. Like, the voice acting will be kind of weirdly balanced and muddy compared to the music a lot of places in the game. Like, there's issues, okay? But just the music, some of the music is just awesome. Some of it was weird and out of place. There's a lot of vocal tracks in the game, but the more you play it, like, it really starts to grow on you. And it's different, but in a good way. Anyway, I'm rambling. I realize that was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got to do that together. So thanks for stopping by and checking out the song. As always, I'm glad you're choosing to spend your time here with me listening to random music. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. So that'll do it for this one. I'm also, because I'm on like a Xenoblade kick, a Xeno series kick, it's my favorite franchise. I'm wearing a Xenogears shirt today. Um, I'm gonna do probably the title theme for Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition right after this. And who knows what order I'll release the videos. I'll intersperse them around, but um, yeah, I'm definitely on a Xeno kick right now. So I'll see y'all soon. Thanks for being here. As always, if you have a donation request, I do have some of those piled up as well. I'll get to them very, very soon. Right down here is the link, buy me a coffee, and I will get to them when I can. But yes, that's it. I'll see you next time. Until next time, the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.